So, I thought if we could just have a word.
Okay, but I don't see the big deal about all this.
Yeah, well, it's easy enough to say that, but one way or another, gambling is a very big deal, and it causes a lot of misery.
Oh, come on. He's running a sweep in the FA Cup, that's all.
That's not a view the school can take.
You know, you really don't have a sense of humour, do you?
Oh, I do, but not everything that starts out as a bit of a laugh ends up being terrifically funny.
Well, I don't see why you're getting so worked up.
I see second and third formers gambling away their dinner money. I'm sorry, we've got to do something.
Right, well, look, let me just ask you a question. Why do you think kids go to school? I mean, you're the teacher, so tell me.
Well, I've got a feeling you're going to tell me, so I'll just listen.
Uh-huh. Well, let's see if you can get me drift then. You see, we want to keep Andy at school and get him educated, right?
Got no quarrel with that.
But, well, we do, actually, yeah. Because, you see, if Andy had his own way, he'd be out the door tomorrow. Now, Liz and I are doing our damnedest to keep him there, and then all of a sudden, you start nitpicking.
Not nitpicking, but we can't make the school look like a betting shop just because he finds that more attractive.
No. He finds the real world attractive. And in the real world, people have a flutter. If you don't believe me, watch the telly on a Saturday afternoon. They're sitting around waiting for the results. Or do you live on another planet?
Look, children do not go to school to learn about gambling.
You know, I went to school too.
Well, I'm sure you
Now,
did.
I can't spout Shakespeare. But I learned a lot of lessons that weren't on the blackboard or in the school books. Now, number one in our curriculum was how to look after yourself in the playground, which, incidentally, I got a distinction in.
Yeah, well, I really think this is a bit beside the point.
Well, I don't think it's beside the point, Ken. It is the point. It's life. It goes on. So do yourself a favour, will you? Be like Nelson. Turn a blind eye. You see, I did some history, too.
I can show you families that have been wrecked by gambling.
Yeah? Well, I can show you families that have been wrecked by the man playing around with other women. So don't you go calling Andy a bad example to anyone. You get my drift?